perspective perspective is almost everything. Perspective is almost everything. So there I was today, just thinking, because being overwhelmed by all these tasks, by all these never ending tasks, these daily tasks, adversity, old friend, then come knocking once again on the door, and, and overwhelmed with all these tasks and all this pain and all this suffering, in a way so much that it be developed to be something that causes PTSD in my mind about this certain situation. I start to get frustrated, and here I am overwhelmed with all these things happening. And and what I began to do, what I tell myself, it's just for now. And the thing is, in the moment, of the pain, in the moment of the ache, I'm telling myself it's just for now. But though just for now could be an hour, could be a day, that just for now moment, the moment where the gap between, because life is so funny, the gap between your suffering, the excruciating pain, the gap between the pain, the gap between adversity and then the silver lining. No, the gap between adversity, the calm, and then the silver lining. It just feels like eternity. It feels like it feels like it's never gonna end. So the gap between adversity and the calm. Not focus on the silver linings yet. Not focus on the goal. Not focus on the reward. The gap between the adversity and the calm. Because after adversity, there's a calmness. Then after the calmness, there's the reward. But here I am, telling myself it's just for now. It's just for now. Just keep going. Change your perspective, T-Shawn. Change your perspective, because the more, while you're in adversity, the more you focus on how much it hurts, how much it sucks, the longer it takes, and the longer it takes you to snap out of it and push reality back to where you wanted it, right? Because adversity, suffering in adversity itself, it's your perspective, it's your perception of how you deem the situation to be. And it's just such an important lesson, right? It's just such an important lesson. It's like perspective, and it hit me that perspective is just nearly almost everything. If I didn't change my perspective, if I didn't change my view on the thing that I'm facing, that it will end, I will definitely overcome it. I'm definitely gonna laugh it off. Because once again, the sun always shines. It's about to set, but it just always shines. You get me? And then the calmness came, and then my emotions just started going back into talk. Everything just started to feel better. Started to feel better. Gradually, slowly getting better. It's just that when you are really going through it, it feels so much like eternity. It feels like it's never going to end. When you're really going through it, when you're really going through the stuff, when you're really going through the grout work, when it just, it's too much to be, when it feels unbearable, it feels like eternity. But I can guarantee you, it won't be eternity. And if it is eternity, if it feels like it's eternity to you, that's only because you haven't changed your perspective on the situation itself, on what you're facing, on what you're going through. Look at it as a way that this is what's needed. I've always spoke about suffering, and now the suffering comes, and I've spoken about what happens after the suffering, the reward. But the reward only happens once you change the perspective. Perspective remains the same, then there's no reward. It will just always be constant pain, suffering, ache, agony. Pain, suffering, ache, agony. when it should be pain, suffering, calm, reward. Because it's just fall, rise, overcome. Fall, rise, overcome. Back to the same saying. Change of perspective. In the suck, in the hard. The thing that we tell ourselves, the viewpoint on the situation itself, in fact, do determine our growth. But it also depends determine how long it takes our growth to come. Like, do you really want to go? Do you really want to be better? If you do, then you tell yourself that this is what's needed for me to remain calm in a situation that's chaotic. For me to have patience in a situation where I'm frustrated. I want to be impatient. That's where the growth lies. In the in the in being the opposite of what you're facing. That's where the growth lies. Like you're in a situation where somebody's flexing on this and that, and you just want to say, well, that's nothing. This is what I've done. This is what I have. That is going towards the situation. The complete opposite is being quiet and being still and saying nothing. And that's humility. So the growth lies damn nearly being the opposite of what the situation is. Or you mean the opposite, direct opposite of what you're facing. Because if it's chaotic, the opposite is to be calm, to have a stillness in that chaos. If you need to be, if you feel like you need to be impatient because you need it, no, I need this, no, I've been here for so long. The opposite is to be patient. So the growth definitely lies, and I'm just figuring this out while I'm making the video with you, so it's like, the growth definitely lies in being the opposite of what we're facing. Be the opposite of what you're facing, be the opposite of what you're going through. You just heard the analogy. Just be the opposite. But don't forget that perspective is everything. Keep going.